Good morning all. Shania Twain, you're still the one. I love Shania Twain. Let's play a bit of that. Obviously I'm going to set it to partial play. That's the switch position where you can play a bit of the song in the shop, not full play, so I don't get into difficulties with copyright. But it's not working. Oh, now I'm going to have to fix it. Okay, first things first, batteries are flat because this takes three of these little LR44 AG13s, I think they are. There you come. Right, let's give them a check. Well, these seem all right. If I put them in this tester, I mean, there's a good bit of strength. I'm not sure whether this tester's meant for, puts a bit of a load on the battery. Not sure whether it's meant for button cells really, but they're putting in a good strong performance there. So they would seem okay. So there must be something wrong inside here. Great, now I can take it apart. So this is an official MCD. So what's that? Micro CD? Well, it's got nothing to do with CDs, has it? It's probably just a flash memory in there. Although this is quite old. I wonder if it could be predate flash memory and be EPROM or something like that. Number 28. I'm not sure whether they made many of these. It's made by Yaboom, who I looked up, and I think they make singing dolls. And I can understand that there could be a market for singing dolls. You know, you could have a Shania Twain doll that sings her own song, but a carry around, you know, single in a little box with a really horrible speaker and probably heavily compressed so that it doesn't take too much memory. I can't see that this would ever have been very successful as a serious music format. Okay, we can see the dates on there, so it is quite old. But it's all official, Mercury Records, Polygram, all rights reserved, patent pending. I wonder if they ever got that patent. Not sure it would have been worth it, really, would it? Right, let's get it apart and see if we can, I don't know, maybe use an alternative power supply. Perhaps I'll overvolt it when I finish with it, because it's not a good, particularly useful thing. Aha, right, speaker. So the speaker seems to emanate from the back and the front. I suppose that gives it a bit more clout. Let's pull this unit out. Right, so let's give Shania 4.5 volts and 100 milliamps to start with. See if she works. Now, what current is she drawing? 0. So that doesn't look promising. Let's try the switch in different positions. No. Oh, I heard something then. No, so that's not working. So this is going to have to come apart further. Oh, goody. So 4 screws here. Quite fun to see what's inside. Well, that is, unless it's just a blob chip, I suppose, which won't tell us much. Ooh, that's old school. Yeah, some old school through-hole components here. Capacitors, resistors, a transistor there, presumably to drive the speaker. I would imagine there's a blob chip on the back, but there was me criticising the speaker for being tiny and poor quality. I mean, it probably is poor quality, but it's about as big as they could have crammed in there, given the remaining space available for electronics. So actually, that's kind of about the best they could have done. I think it's a fairly compressed sound, though. I think there's not a lot of memory in there. I think that's really the downfall of this. But let's pull all these bits out and try and get this thing running. Right, positive is that connector. And we know it's that one because it's soldered to a diode. So it goes through this, well, I suppose it's an anti-reverse polarity diode. Yes, I suppose you could put the batteries in upside down. So that goes through a diode and onto the board. So that's positive. This flying one here is negative. So let's power that up. Right, so what have we got? 4.5 volts, no current. Press the button. Oh, it's working!
come, my baby. We're mighty good and a long way. 'Cause we're
Well, that's it. It works. And of course, you know what that means, don't you? I'm going to have to put this thing back together again and see if I can run it on the original batteries. But yeah, that works. That's a real shame. I was hoping I could blow it up. Now, interestingly, there don't seem to be any programming pins on this board for that chip. So I'm guessing that they must have made these boards and then perhaps coded them. I wonder if that code there indicates that this is the number 28 Shania Twain board, because that's just interesting that there's no in-circuit programming, in-system programming, but maybe that wasn't done like that back in those days. Now if I press this switch, it should play from the beginning, so that's the full record. I guess I could play a little bit of that. Oh, I've just found something really completely brilliant. Look, if I play this on its short play thing again, and then lick my finger, I can speed it up. I wonder how fast I can make it go. I love that. That should be a feature. There should be a button on the outside for speeding it up so you can listen to it more quickly. So, shove that back in there. If it'll go. Yeah, seems to go. That's pause. Switches are in. Wires are sort of in position. Put the speaker in there. What's that rubber ring thing? Not quite sure how that goes. Probably not meant to go over the speaker wires, but whatever. There's a little nut down in this post here, there, and that's what the door, the battery cover screws into it, but it keeps falling out and going sideways, so I'm going to try and glue that in. This isn't proper glue, it's plastic weld, but I want that to just melt a bit to hold that nut in there. Right, put these screws back in. Oh, I'm making a right mess of that, aren't I? To get the sound module back working, and then I can probably try it with the probably try it with the LR44 batteries and see if it works. Let's try it. Right, batteries are in. Yeah, it works fine. You can stop it with that button as well. Yeah, fun. Okay, well, let's put it all back in the official box. Right, module back into outer case. Oh, that's not going to work because the buttons need to go through the holes first. Yeah, that looks alright. Let's get the back on it. So there goes the last screw, and it's all back together again. And now it works. Let's play that from the beginning. Right, well, Shania's back together again and working fine. I've just got to decide what I'm going to do with this now. I mean, is there someone I know who collects weird and wonderful audio formats? I'll have to think about it. Cheerio.